And Hilliard gets pushed all the way back after his forward progress had taken him to the 35-yard line. Byron Evans gets credit for the tackle, and the clock will tick down and end the quarter as we take another look at Byers' fumble.
Again, watch the play by Milton Mack. Number 24 comes in, and it's really not a very hard hit. It's really more of a glancing blow that pops the ball out. But there's Gene Atkins, fights his own teammates, but comes away with the ball. And I think everyone in green and white so far realizes this might be more than they bargained for.
Back we come after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Quarter in New Orleans, Buddy Ryan has watched his team lead the league in takeaways, but in the first quarter, Philadelphia fumbling 3 times, losing 2 of them, and the Saints trying to exploit the situation on a 2nd down and 6 as we start the second quarter. New Orleans on top 7-0, and Forcade with a very deep drop. Being pressured, throwing over the middle, Hilliard makes the catch. He's inside the 10, touchdown New Orleans.
Arena football must seem like a long time ago to John Forcade.
Oh, we talked about his ability to scramble.
You know what this is, Frank? This is a screen pass that doesn't materialize. The Eagles are all over the screen, and Forcade innovates. His player, Dalton Hilliard, stays alive, and somehow Forcade finds it. Forcade the holder on the extra point.
And Anderson splits the uprights, and it's 14-0 Saints, who have nothing at stake. The Eagles, of course, with a lot at stake.
4 touchdowns now for this youngster in what, 5 quarters plus? 2 against the Bills. Let's watch him again. Watch. Pointed out, screen attempt.
There's the screen. You see the top of the screen? John sees it's blown. The Eagles are right in the middle of it, and somehow he stays alive and gets a lot of help from number 21, Dalton Hilliard. Very reminiscent of a play last week against Buffalo, where Hilliard takes the pass and goes the distance.
And again, once he knew he was in trouble, he got out of there and had the speed. There it is right there. He knows he's got to get out. A lot of composure, looks downfield, finds Hilliard, and Hilliard, who had a 54-yard touchdown pass from him last week up in Buffalo, takes it in. This game is easy for Forcade. Yeah, he really has brought a lot of spark to this offensive unit that was, quite frankly, struggling under Bobby Hebert. They had less than 200 yards in each of 5 games before he was replaced last week. And Jim Morris set him down looking for a spark, and he got it from John Forcade.
Well, the one thing you can say to Philadelphia's in their favor is that they certainly know how to come from behind. They've been making a habit of it all season long.
And interestingly enough, the New Orleans Saints have led on 4 occasions this season at the half and into the third quarter, at the end of the third quarter, and they have lost those 4 games. And not many teams have done that, going all the way back to the Cardinals back in 1953.
And one of them was that real killer to the Rams, which they lost in overtime. And Anderson sends that one to Bogalusa.
Again.
Yeah, right.
Must be a big township.
Yeah. Well, next week, and that's right, there will be football on Christmas. So we hope you'll spend part of your Christmas night with us, because we'll be at the Metrodome. Cincinnati against Minnesota. Now, there are a lot of implications, and we promise before we're done tonight, we'll tell you about all of the playoff possibilities. Both teams still in contention for the playoffs. The Vikings, with a victory in that game, would win the NFC Central. They had a chance to do it yesterday, but lost in overtime. The Bengals, of course, are still very much alive in the playoff hunt. It will all become clearer before Monday night, but that's your Christmas night, Monday night football matchup.
And we'll be caroling down in the mall in Minneapolis.
From the 20-yard line on first down, it's Byers, and he reaches all the way out to the 29, short of the first down by 1. Mills in on the tackle along with Ricky Jackson.
A little bit of a burden now on Randall Cunningham's shoulders to not try to do it all by himself. He's such a special athlete, such a gifted player, and such a darn good quarterback, that you have that bravado, that feeling that I can do anything at any time. He needs to utilize all 11 offensive players.
Here's Byers on 2nd and 1, and he just about gets the 1. All he has to do is get the nose of the ball to the stripe of the 30, and they're going to push it back a little bit as they spot it, and the nose of the ball may not be on the stripe of the 30, which would be third down and that much to go. And in fact, Ben Dreith is going to bring the chains in, and they're also going to attend to Dave Waymer. Number 44, the longtime corner, now playing free safety, who needs the attention. First 3 possessions tonight, the Eagles picked up 1 first down on their first drive and then were forced to punt. Then 2 fumbles, both fumbles resulting in subsequent Saints touchdowns. Byers very close to losing the ball here on this last play as he comes up a little bit short of the first down.
That's Dave Waymer who applied the hit to Byers.
Look at that.
He is lost it at one point and is able to recover as Vaughn Johnson takes him down, and Waymer now walking off the field does appear to be all right. Byers a big man. You take him on head and head, he goes about 240.
I think that's what Dave Waymer is saying right now. Why didn't somebody tell me that Byers weighs that much? That shockwave went all the way down to the ankle.
Third down and inches. The Saints have been excelling in these situations, 3rd and 1 or less all season long. And let's see if they can do it again. But no, this time it's Byers who takes it out to the 32-yard line and picks up the first down.
Byers has really added to the Eagles' running game, which has been their principal offensive weapon going back to that loss against the Bears early on, the 4th season, in which Cunningham threw the ball 62 times. He threw it for 400 yards, but they lost the game, and they went back to kind of a running game. Of course, they lost Mike Quick and they lost Greg Garrity, but Byers has really developed, and against the Giants late in that game, that cold game they lost a couple of weeks ago, they held the ball for over 5.5 minutes, and Byers carried it 8 times in that drive.
1st and 10, Philadelphia from the 32-yard line, and there's a flag down as the Saints came flying through, and in fact there is no play at all as Ricky Jackson was across the line.
Well, Ron Heller, the right tackle, rocked back in his stance as well.
Number 73, false start, offense, 5 yards, first down.
And it's called against Heller.
Heller playing with a damaged left hand and has a pretty heavily wrapped. There he is, number 73.
At the bottom, and that's all it takes. That's a false start. Sat back on his haunches, and that's what got Ricky Jackson off to the quick start into the neutral zone. Not easy being an offensive lineman when that's all everyone else on the field is allowed to jump and dance and move and motion all around the field, and all you do is drop your butt a little bit and you get a flag.
That left hand is hard to hold with it wrapped like that also.
Conrad Dobler had one of those one time, and his hand got better, and he left it on for another 7 weeks.
Put a blackjack in it.
1st and 15, Cunningham fires to Byers over the middle, 40, the 50, into Saint territory, being chased by Waymer and finally dragged down inside the 15-yard line.
Boy, this is what has been driving Jim Mora crazy all season long. They do a great job defensively. They shut down the run. They get him in a predictable situation of pass. They pull it off, and they get the big play. They've been giving up the big play all season long.
Well,
Byers,
Sam Mills right there, Frank, you saw it, 51, was locked up one-on-one with Keith Byers, and Byers gave him that juke to the inside, and Mills is nowhere to be seen.
And Byers' surprising speed as the free safety Waymer finally runs him down, but not until he gets into the 15-yard line.
That's the longest play from scrimmage in the career of Byers, and believe it or not, it's only the 5th pass play this year of 40 or more yards as Waymer is shaken up again, the 5th for Philadelphia, way below the league average. In fact, right near the bottom of the league in that department. They have not pulled off the big plays, but as Frank mentioned, New Orleans has been giving up the big plays.
And Dave Waymer looks like he's going to have to come out of the game. Shaken up earlier on the tackle on Keith Byers, and now once again injures himself tackling Keith Byers after the long pass. Almost has a face mask. You would think if there was an official anywhere who could have seen it from the proper angle, Waymer may have gotten a face mask penalty anyway. And I think Dave is telling Byers, "You're killing me, man. I don't want to see you anymore."
So that Saint defense is now -2 regulars. Jumpy Geathers was hurt earlier and has not been back in the game. His spot taken by Wayne Martin, the rookie, and now Brett Maxey comes in to spell Waymer at free safety. And the report is muscle cramps for Dave Waymer as he comes out here, and Philadelphia has a 1st and 10 at the 14. 12:20 to go in the half. Cunningham going to the end zone.